Do not collateralize your primary home to buy an investment property unless you're a professional. Because if you collateral your fully paid primary home, it's a mental game na. How many times did you use other people's money, guys? 3 times. The developer, first, with your 100,000 reservation or your 1 million down payment, na-freeze mo yung price. The price did not go up. Kahit tumaas yung presyo ng semento, ng manpower, ng labor, ng oil, ng dollar exchange rate, you were able to lock in the price using your down payment. And for the next 3 years, 30 months, no interest. Walang nagbago sa amount. Diba? Para mo sinabi na, hey Liz, hey Faye, can I borrow 6 million? But after 3 years, I pay you back 6 million pa rin. That's the first level of using other people's money. Number 2, you use your bank's money. Hey BPI, can I borrow 3.5 million, 4 million? So I can pay Ayala? And BPI is going to charge you 6%. 7% only. Alam mo guys, we are so interest conscious. But if you look at the overall business concept, because of BPI, because of Ayala, I was able to grow a second channel of income. Carl D, man at work, 24 hours a day. The residences at Greenbelt, money at work, 85,000 a month. Isipin mo guys how powerful that mindset is. If your salary is 85,000 a month, you are able to duplicate yourself, a second Carla that is giving you 85,000. And all BPI is asking for is 6% of your overall money. Meaning, out of the 85,000, o sabihin mo na yung 58,000 na bank payment mo, 8,000 lang yung interest. I mean, why are we so interest conscious? When out of 50,000, you're just gonna pay BPI 8,000, but you got 85,000. Loaning from the bank will kill you, will give you stress if you are not mentally prepared. Alright? It's not for the faint-hearted. And lastly, the obvious one, we use the tenant's money to pay for BPI. And that's how you leverage, and that's how you use other people's money. There's really no definition of prime. But in my book, what is prime? An area that is low price, may potential upside, an area that has growth and development, an area that has low supply, and an area that will have high demand. That is for me a prime. But unfortunately, a lot of the regular folks, pag mahal prime, pag sikat na prime, kailan ka bibili at the prime? That's wrong. You don't want to buy when it's at the top. You want to buy when it's still growing up. Diba? You want to bet on a Manny Pacquiao when he's still starting out. Diba? Kasama ka ni Manny Pacquiao paakyat. That's investments. Diba? So here are the numbers, guys. Here are the returns, okay? This is our round numbers. Yung mga TAR shares out there, TAR shares, yung mga very nitty-gritty with numbers. Okay, simple mathematics. How much is the acquisition price? 7.7 million. Remember? Renovation cost, 1.2, 8.9 total acquisition cost. Rental is 85,000 a month. That's 10% per annum of cash flow. Is 10% per annum good? In my book, if the bank is 4%, I'm 10%, I'm doing 2.5 times faster than the bank. What is 2.5 times faster? It means yung gagawin ng bangko in 40 years, gagawin ko ng 20 years. That is a big game changer if retirement is yung habol mo. To simplify, so you can understand the difference of a 4.5% return and 10%. kung maka-retire ka ng 40 years with 4.5% return, you will do it in 20 years shorter with a 10% return on your money. If I need to choose one and it's a good deal, commercial space will be my number one on my list just for the reason that it's low supply and it's harder to find. So if somebody is offering you that and it's a rare find, a rare gem, you go for it. Build and sell is no joke, I tell you. It's not an easy thing to do. And it will come with a lot of stresses in the middle. It's very active effort. If you are a contractor, if you are an engineer, you have a hardware store, definitely go for build and sell because you are familiar. But if you are an OFW and you're not familiar with the construction, mas-stress at mas-stress lang kayo. Para na maka-Kate Brosas kayo. Do you know the story of Kate Brosas? Diba? Na-stress siya sa contractor niya. Is it a good idea to buy a condo and have it rented out? Then use half of the rental to pay the loan. And another half to be used as a contingency fund, which will be used for maintenance of property. Okay, is that a good formula? Yes. It's not bad. Will I do that? No. I won't do it. But if you're comfortable with that formula, should be okay. Nothing bad about it. But if your purpose is to save the 50%, I think it's too much to be used for maintenance of the property. That's number one. And then if you're gonna use only half of the rental to pay for the loan, either sobrang tagal mo babayaran yon kasi half lang, or sobrang liit lang ng niloan mo. If maliit lang yung niloan mo, and 50% of the rent is enough to pay for the loan, then by all means. Nagets mo? But no need to save for 50% for contingency fund. Parang you can get that from your active income in case that happens. Diba? But just use your rent to pay for your lease, yung bank loan. Diba? Why not collateral another property to buy a new property? I think it's just a rule of thumb to create certain systems. And it's a rule of thumb for the general public. Diba? But of course, for advanced investor, you can overlap it as you wish, but it's just gonna get more complicated. Okay, so by saying that, ideally, you try to collateral only this property and let him pay for itself. And if something should fail and you need to exit, you exit this deal, this one property. Do not let the other business be affected. That's just a general way to manage it. But if you're a professional na, you're sanay na, definitely you can use this property, remortgage it to buy another one, and mix and match it together. But my last rule is, as much as possible, do not collateralize your primary home to buy an investment property unless you're a professional. Because if you collateral your fully paid primary home, it's a mental game na. It's very mental. Wherein, if the other property suddenly hindi makabayad, the pressure is now on the primary home. Vis-a-vis, if it's an investment property, pwede mong i-give up. And that is always the exit plan, guys, ha? If worst case scenario doesn't work, you give up that one property, you sell it at a loss, whatever, your 8 properties are intact.